F-A-T. It's in the name.
Welcome into Helping Healing Humor with Ben and Travis podcast. On today's episode, I can't even tell you where we're going to go. There's a couple of different directions it might go. But if you want to see the craziness and where we might go in this, just hang on right after these important messages. Hey friends, we've got something really special to share with you today, a brand new children's book that's all about faith, family, and finding joy in the middle of life's challenges. It's called The Adventures of Ben and Travis and the Joy Rider. This heartwarming story follows a big brother in a wheelchair who uses his creativity, courage, and a whole lot of love to help his little brother and cousin overcome life's obstacles. Together they show us that joy isn't about what you have, it's about how you choose to face the ups and downs of life. This book is full of fun, adventure, and hope. It's perfect for bedtime stories, Sunday school libraries, or as a meaningful gift for the kids in your life. Plus, it's a great way to start conversations with your family about resilience, compassion, and faith. Pre-orders are open now, and when you order early, you'll be one of the first to get your hands on this inspiring story. Just head over to benandtravis.com/books. That's benandtravis.com/books and pre-order your copy today. Give your kids a story that will make them smile, laugh, and believe in the power of joy. I'm Travis Creasy, the pulpit minister at Westgate Church of Christ in balmy 75-degree Dothan, Alabama. Getting ready for a cold spurt to come through tomorrow. We record this on Sunday afternoon. I would love to say that I'm almost getting ready. I guess when this comes out, I will be getting ready, prepared to fly out to California, where I hope we get to see some sunshine. Of course,
not much.
Heading out there, we may not get as much as normal, but nonetheless, getting fired up. And if this comes out, when this comes out, I don't know when you guys are planning on jumping in the car and leaving, but it won't be too long after this episode comes out.
Nah, maybe we'll be on the road before this episode comes out. So I'm Ben Hayes in Muscle Shoals at Highland Park Church of Christ and counselor at Three Chord and Mars Hill Bible School. And yeah, we're getting ready to Tuesday morning head out to California, but we are going to be doing so on wheels as Travis is doing so with wings. So as we head out, I have no idea what the weather between here and there is going to be with the cold front coming in, but Will is our meteorologist and travel expert. So Will, tell us about what the weather's going to be like heading to Pasadena.
I'm the complete wrong person because I'm just the eternal optimist that everything's going to work out. And when you drive 27 hours, 1,900 miles, one direction, who knows what's going to happen? But I do know that there's the potential for snow in Arizona. So we may see tornadoes in Oklahoma, snow in Arizona, go west, young man. That's all I've been told. So that's what I'm doing.
So I think that will be testing y'all's relationship. We'll see how close and how much Christian brotherly love holds out. I think y'all have got two more fellas planning on riding out with you. I'm not so worried about Justin Bretherick being not stiff from riding around in that car, but the three other guys, I'm pretty sure, I think my hip twinged a little bit thinking about that much time in the car.
When was the last time you heard three preachers and an undertaker?
Yeah.
Travel cross country.
A little scary. It's only about 3 or 4 more hours than my Wyoming trip was, on road hours. And, I was with some fun guys then too, but it'll be all right. I think we'll do pretty well. We're going to try to roll out there pretty much straight and just kind of rotate drivers. And then once we get out there, hang out in a hotel one night, go to the game, man. I'm pumped. Travis is already wearing the swag, ready to go cheer them on. I have no idea how this thing's going to go, though. It could go really, really badly, or we could leave there super excited. Either way, I think we're going to leave excited because we're getting to go to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, I think a bucket list item for me. I've been talking about it for years. The granddaddy of them all. Probably the most exciting thing that has to do with the Big Ten and the former Pac-12 but it mainly, as always, as Will so eloquently put on the good old fashioned dislike a few weeks ago, it really is all about Alabama. I'm not too sure how the game will go. I'm sure Will is picking Bama by 40, no matter what happens. But at the end of the day, if you're going to lose, at least be at the Rose Bowl if you're going to be there. And so it's more about the pageantry, the granddaddy of them all, a good fellowship, good trip for me, as I'm sure it is for y'all. Now, the icing on the cake would be an Alabama victory, upset over number 1 Indiana. I don't know what's more crazy, you guys, us going, you guys loading up in a car and driving, or it's number 1 Indiana Hoosiers. I'm not sure, and I'm not being hyperbolic about this. I don't know that there's a worse historical program in college football than the Indiana Hoosiers, maybe the Vanderbilt Commodores, but both teams double-digit wins. Indiana's undefeated in Big Ten champs. So I don't know which one's weirder.
Yeah. If you're a Stranger Things person, and I know that a lot of people are, and it's just come out, it feels upside down at this point, because that just feels weird that we're coming into this kind of game as underdogs and as, several point underdogs, and ranking, were we not? Was that what our rank was going into the college football playoffs? Yeah. So not versus number 1. I guess they don't re-rank them during the playoffs. We're going to be ninth until we win it all or lose. So
somebody said earlier this week that the last time that Bama was a touchdown underdog was Saban's first year in 2007. We've been underdogs before, but I think the line was 6.5,
or something,
right around a touchdown. And so the last time that we were actual touchdown underdogs, according to the sports betting world, was Saban's first year, which is another, that's another storyline that's there. Alabama's also career wins in football history. This may be what got Travis over the hump to actually go with us. We're 999 career wins for Alabama football. So this is a chance to upset number 1 and get our 1,000th career win, which it's in the fight song. So, you just look at it and go, it may be in the cards, that it's all there. It's also the storylines of the board, Kane Womack, all of them in Indiana. They coached Indiana. Signetti coached at Alabama. There's just a lot. To me, this is one of the most intriguing matchups just because of everything that has happened, this year. Does Mendoza get the Heisman curse and go terrible all of a sudden? So there's just a lot of what they do well complements what we do well. Like they said, I was listening to David Pollock, and Indiana runs a zone defense. That's their main thing. They're going to run a zone defense, and Ty Simpson is the number 1 rated quarterback in the country against zone defenses. So it's just what they do well plays into what we do well. And it makes for some interesting storylines here.
And isn't it the 100-year anniversary of our first Rose Bowl win?
First Rose Bowl.
Alabama
Where
Rose Bowl.
We then put it in the fight song. So, it's just
January 1st, 1926, I believe. I don't know if Bear was on that team or not. Maybe he was a few years later, but they made the train trip out there. That is what kind of makes me jealous of you guys, is y'all are doing it. Y'all could have gotten train, I'm sure, but y'all are doing it.
I looked at it too.
As close as the 1925 team would have been on January 1st, 1926. I think you guys are cutting it a little closer to getting into town. But yeah, January 1st, 1926. It'll be January 1st, 2026, where many of our heroes growing up went out there and played. And yeah, it's in the fight song. So it's been a bucket list item for me for a long time. It's about the only bowl game outside the national championship. Of course, there's the Sugar Bowl. That's a big Southeastern bowl, 1992, which I'll probably be wearing that T-shirt because I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious. But that's kind of my game watching shirt this year. But yeah, I'm hoping, and certainly a lot of things to pray about. Be praying you guys get out there, of course, safely. there and back. Pray that I'm able to get on the plane. I'm currently sitting with a temporary Alabama license with the star. But from what I've read, that can be a little difficult to get through TSA. So you can be praying that my permanent license shows up on Tuesday or before. That would be nice. But either way,
it'll show up on like Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I
left
overnight.
It's an interesting time to me to make the trip, because how much longer are bowl games even going to exist?
Yeah.
Because you watch some of these bowl games, and I know like the Rose Bowl is always going to be something that people want to be a part of, but the Rose Bowl only, from what I was told, only has another year agreement with the college football playoff, like all the bowls do. And now you've got more of these NFL stadiums that are starting to bid for these playoff games. And that's where it goes back to, then does the Rose Bowl become just a non-SEC game?
Yeah.
Does it go back to the Big Ten and the Pac-12? Because the Pac-12 actually is becoming a conference again next year and adding 8 or 9 teams. So, I mean, I don't know how much longer.
Like if you ever need anybody to convince you of anything, or anyone to convince people of your innocence, you need to call Will Mahan. Like he might have missed his opportunity as a lawyer, a defense lawyer, to get this thing done. But he came loaded for bear on this Rose Bowl thing, and right now I'm sitting here. I'm pretty thankful for it.
Well, the funny thing is all I've heard for years, like for several years, is Travis going, "Hey, we got to go to the Rose Bowl sometime. We got to go to the Rose Bowl sometime. We got to go to the Rose Bowl sometime." And then when this prime opportunity presents itself, he's like, "I don't know." And we're like, "Come on, man."
Yeah.
I didn't even want to go to the Rose Bowl for myself. I wanted to go for you. You're like, "Oh, y'all guys can go." It's like, no, that's not the same. So you got to go.
I was trying to work out, unlike you guys, I was trying to work out getting my wife to go with me. And so that's where I was waiting. Like, is she going to go, or am I going by myself? Unfortunately, she's not going. But to have a wife who knows what the Rose Bowl is and actually want to go, that's pretty impressive. But at this point, I was like,
My wife would have totally gone on this one, but that would have been a hard sell too, just for the ride and finding the right stuff that could have housed all of us to ride out there and do it. So
it's kind of an interesting thing, because so many ways in which this was the right time. And of course, we're not out there yet. We're still sitting in Alabama. So there could be a lot of things that go wrong. Certainly praying, want you guys at home to pray that that's not the case. But, it's New Year's Eve is on a Wednesday. A lot of churches are moving their midweek gathering away. And then the New Year's is on a Thursday. And a lot of churches, I don't know what y'all's setup is, they're not open on Friday, or if they are, it's not much. And so like just the perfect amount of time to get out there and get back, if it all goes according to plan. So a lot of things fell in place.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, it worked. It was the perfect setting, because I couldn't imagine, when y'all said, "Oh, it's a Thursday," it's like, wait a minute, and it's early on Thursday too. It's not like a late game, not like 6:00. So
I think it's interesting, Travis. I was thinking earlier, scrolling through just Facebook memories and all that, and we had you and I at the football game when JMO ran the 2-back. There a couple of years ago, and it's like the sign that says, 80 plus leukemia treatments to get here. And then let this be a sign, of course, on the other side of the poster board. To me, it's one of those trips that you look at and go, not to get all sentimental here, but like you see the answered prayers. It's like all Alabama fans, we've all talked about it. I think about even from being family friends with Ben, to y'all being counselors, to Ben and Travis when it all started. And for some reason, y'all going, "Hey, why don't you come hang out with us?" And then now it's like, wow, we've made it through all those things. And now we get to go to the Rose Bowl. And it's not this just like, hey, this is, it's the Rose Bowl, but it's, to me, how far things have come. And you get to look back and go, man, there really is a lot of pieces that were put in the right places to allow something like this to happen, where we can get excited and still, create those bonds that that last far longer than what a 4-hour football game will provide. I'm sure y'all seen on TikTok all these new things of, one day you're going to be 30 years old and a friend's going to ask you, to do, and then they just say, just do it. And then the rest of the video is there.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing those, and so I'm like, all right, God, I'll do it. Here's here's that moment, because life, Ben mentioned in a sermon this morning, thinking back over the memories of the year, there are the mountaintops and there are the valleys, and I think sometimes it's worth creating that own mountaintop, for yourself, so that when the valleys do happen, you do have things to look back on and things to remember by. So I think regardless of how sleepless it is and how stressful it is, just having the opportunity to do it, to me, is a huge blessing for sure.
Well, when we first talked about going out there, this just sort of started, up a few weeks ago when we won, and it was like, oh, okay, well, there's a chance. One of the things, we first said was, well, it doesn't matter as long as we're in the stadium, and we can all have separate tickets. And my thing was, no, like I don't want to have separate tickets. I want to all be sitting together, because to me, I don't really care. Yes, I care about the Rose Bowl. It's going to be cool to be there, to see the mountains, to see all the stuff that's there. And I would have been happy to have done that. But the way I see these kind of things is kind of like what you're talking about. This is a moment we get to share with somebody.
Yeah.
And I think that's what living's all about in a lot of ways, is the shared experience. And so you lose a lot of that if you're not right there together to experience how bad it's going to go or how good it's going to go. We may need consoling, or we may just need some, just to be able to sit around and be like, look at that, and I'm sure the way all of us are, we'd have conversations with whoever was sitting next to us.
Yeah.
But, being able to, the five of us kind of sit together, think about the things together, cheer together. I think that's going to be the thing. And even the ride out, I think, will be an experience, and it'll be a fun thing.
Yeah, you better believe if I can get hands on a sign, we'll put some "Let This Be a Sign" on it. If I can get hands on a sign and a marker, which I think I've got the
folded
marker ready to go, we'll do that for real. Even if I can't take it in the stadium, we'll have the "Let This Be a Sign" poster. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I can remember, I guess it was 2020, the Rose Bowl was technically in Dallas.
Yeah.
And my argument there was, it's as close as it's ever going to be. It's not going to be the same, obviously, but you could still say I went to the Rose Bowl. And then Nick Saban's last year, I was very close to pulling the trigger to go out there. Maybe closer than I even let on to you guys. I even contemplated, hey, doing what I'm doing now, but doing it by myself, just get on a plane and go. Because, I didn't have any clue that Nick Saban was going to retire, but it was like, he's got 5 years from now, like at the longest, he was going to do it 5 more years,
Mm-hmm.
Of course they lost, but, still kind of the same thought, like, man, I wish I would have went. Because Michigan and Alabama in the Rose Bowl, that's a pretty big deal. And so this year when it rolled around and it fell the way that it fell, I wasn't going to have to miss any, if things go the way they're supposed to, I won't miss any work. I'll be right back here preaching, hopefully, the next Sunday. But, it was just kind of one of those things like, I really want to make this happen. And I appreciate Will bullying us into doing it. But yeah.
Well, I got bullied into going to the Masters a couple of years by a guy at church. So I thought I would try to bully other people into going and enjoying something too.
Such a hard life, Will. Such a hard life, right?
Having to deal with us. Looking forward to hanging out on the first day of 2026 with you guys. Whatever that may look like. We may be soaked rats and Bama may take the L, but either way, like you said, it's the experience.
It's going to be good. Yeah. And, it's supposed to be like good luck if it rains on your wedding day. Is it good luck if it rains on the first day of the year on you? If you're at the Rose Bowl, is that good luck for the rest of the year? I don't know.
With a stellar run game, it can only be helpful.
Yeah, that's the nerve-wracking part. We'll see how all that goes. But
Jam Miller's supposed to be 100%. Kevin Riley's back. The running back room should be as good as it's been. And there have been, not in the last 6 weeks, but there have been some prior to that with some shining moments of the run game.
Offensive line is the key, I think. But, we'll see how that goes. So other than that, how have you guys kind of processed 2025? Good year? Would you rank it up there? I know Will mentioned my sermon this morning. We talked about there's mountaintop experiences. There are, kind of valleys of difficulty. And then there's kind of just the level places of everyday life. So how have those scenarios been for you guys this year?
Well, we certainly had a big transition, living in Tennessee for 18 years and moving at the end of July and starting here in August in Dothan, Alabama, a place that I think I'd been once prior to beginning discussions. And so it's kind of an interesting thing because, when you move like that and you move so far away, it's kind of like Daniel put it. He said, I feel like we're on vacation and at any moment we'll go home. And so anytime we come back north and spend some time like we have over the last few weeks for the holidays, it kind of seems like, you almost have to keep the car from turning left to go north and continuing south. But it's been really good. I know the kids have benefited from having Whitney home with them, homeschooling them, which has been a shift. I know my dog is loving it because she gets to go on a walk every day because it's not so cold. She's slim and trim, getting her steps in. And of course, just getting to focus on preaching all the time and getting to hang out with you guys, a little more flexibility has been really good. And it's been a blessing. And I look forward to 2026. There's that newness, which is nice. People forgive you a little bit more because it's that honeymoon period, but then it's also good to kind of get settled in and get things going. But it's been a good year.
Yeah, I think I was just looking through my phone's photos. And the one thing that I think for me has been kind of, I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing. It's been a hectic year. And I don't, somebody the other day, I read a quote that says to be busy is to be blessed. And I really tried to go, at least I have the help to go to a job. I have the help to do things with you guys, to be a run around chasing the kids with whatever it may be. And so I think for 2026, I think I'll look back on this year and go, I probably didn't do a great job of boundaries. I don't know that I'll ever do very good with boundaries, just because I think ministry doesn't always lend itself to be very good occupation for that. But it was a year of just a lot of good. Yeah. I think that Jet, we welcome Jet, and that's been crazy. I look at y'all and go, Travis, you just jumped in with 2 kids. Ben, you're just weird with 5. But, for us, for 6 years, everything was so steady and it was so normal. And I got so used to it. And then you throw another kid in and it's like, whoa, this is different. And I see where people can, where people will phrase going from 1 to 2 is a whole lot harder than going from 2 to 3. And it's like, I get that now. And I think there were some just not struggles, but just trying to figure things out. And I think we've kind of gotten a better rhythm to the way things are. So I think 2026 is only going to provide, hopefully more growth in that. We lost a dear friend this year in Dorian. And that was, that was tough. There were some losses that hurt. and that we're close. But then again, I look at those things and go, it was just another blessing to be a part of their lives. And so, I mean, I think I try to stay pretty optimistic. Maybe that's an Enneagram thing with me, that I don't necessarily linger on the hard times, just move on to the next and just disregard it, throw it away, and keep trucking. But I'm hoping this next year, hopefully we'll come back on a win. And then my birthday is 2 days later. And so as I enter 36 and year 2026, I just hope that I can mature a little bit more, slow down, and start to, just maybe be more present with myself.
Yeah.
More than just in everybody else's lives. So, but I mean, you look back over the photos and go, wow, I'm a blessed person and my family's blessed. And there's just a lot of good that's happened.
Papa Will.
Yeah. And I think I'm the same, kind of the same way. Feel busy all the time. But then when I look at it, I'm like, what would I give up? What is it that I don't want to be a part of? Because I love the work I get to do at the school every day. I love getting to hang out with those kids and hang out with the, good, like-minded Christian people there on that job. A lot of them are ministers themselves. Getting to hang out and do the work with Highland Park has been a blessing now for over 18 years. The stuff with the kids, getting to do different things and having the flexibility to go with them and hunt with them or go to ball games or whatever else. And so, as I could do the same thing as I look through pictures and look through the different activities, the calendar of events that we've had. It's been a pretty good year and definitely been some high moments, that we've got to be a part of. There's been some difficult stuff too. We mentioned this morning, just, you lose a lot of good people in a year. You always have the list of celebrities that have passed in the year. And, most of those don't mean anything to me, personally, but if we had a slideshow showing the people who we've lost, it would be significant, and that's the way it is every year. So I know the year was good. I look forward to another great one as we go into 2026.
Ben, we released a children's book.
Yes.
The Worry Coaster came out a year ago, coming up on a year, and we're hoping, praying, thankful for Jacob. Hopefully he's still alive. I know he's been working pretty much around the clock to get the Joy Rider. Yeah. It's going to be great. It's really good. And so looking forward to that. Guys, you guys will get a head start on me, and I'll be praying and checking in. And Will, that sounds like a great video idea, man. Y'all make sure to get some video from the road. I'll get some from
running at an incredible rate, Harry,
from the airport, and we'll make.
You mean to get Ben to get out at every state line?
Yes,
and we'll take a picture of him at the new. There's a few spots that we could probably, spare 10 or 15 minutes to. To see the Cadillac Ranch is out there on the way. There's some cool things.
Yeah, make sure you're in LA by 4 or 5 o'clock on Wednesday. No, I'm just
you can sit in that airport for a few minutes and wait on us.
Exactly, I can wait if you guys are having a good time. Just make sure you send me the pictures and the video. But we certainly thank all of you for your support in 2025. We're looking forward to a great 2026, and we pray that we're able to bless you half as much as you guys who listen and support Ben and Travis and Will. And so just have a great new year, and hopefully we will too, out in sunny, rainy California.
Thanks for being with us for this episode of the Helping Healing Humor podcast. Be sure to download our free ebook, 28 Days of Focused Living, at benandtravis.com and receive all of our Helping Healing and Humor extra content directly in your inbox. We look forward to having you join us at the same Ben and Travis time, same Ben and Travis channel.